Hello, so happy to be here with you for tip number 24 from Aletha Solter's Raising Drug-Free Kids. I'm T, your joyful parent guide and harmonizer, and I'm very happy to be here with you. Yesterday we finished up the chapter on children from birth to age 3, and that was with tip number 23, teach your child emotional literacy. So today we're exploring, we're starting the chapter for children between the ages of 3 and 6, which is starting with tip number 24, play with your child. Now, that can sound like a no-brainer. So I want to just stop it right there. It's not necessarily a no-brainer. We all, when my kids were this age, it felt like I was spending a lot of time with them. Even though I was not a stay-at-home mom, it still felt like a lot of time. I was teaching my Montessori class, and I was driving them there, and I was driving them back, and it feels like a lot of time. But here is the important distinction, is that we need to step back and think about quantity of time versus quality of time. Now, to the kid, yeah, you might be there all the time, but you're not available to them. You're not 100% available. Because think about how many times they want our attention and we're on the phone, or we're typing, or we're folding laundry, and even we're trying to do things while we're folding laundry or whatever we might be doing. So there's a tool. Now it's a positive discipline tool. I know Amy McCready, who's a positive discipline. Everybody, well, a lot of people talk about this tool. It's spending focused time with your child. I call it one-to-one time. I think that's what Aletha actually referred to it as, like spending one-on-one time with your child, even if you have 8 children. It doesn't matter if you have 1 child, 8 children, 18 children. I think we're sort of out of that generation for the most part, but it doesn't matter. Spending some one-on-one time with your child is important. And here are some things around that. This is like a little mini on one-on-one time. It has to be time where there's no interruptions. So if somebody texts you or if somebody calls you, you're not answering the phone. It has to be time when your child chooses what they want to do. It's their choice. You are letting them lead. Even if they want to go outside and play in the mud, okay? You are letting them lead, and it's not going to be for a long time. It might be for 10 minutes. It might be for 30 minutes. Whatever it is, it's actually a great idea to have a timer so that they know when time is up, and you can specifically even say, Mommy's not taking any calls until after our one-on-one time. It's just us. And it's also not a time for you to try to teach them anything. It's strictly playtime. So the intention is they choose, you are following their lead, and there's no teaching. It's only play, okay? So that teaches them some really great things about they can make decisions, and they can be connected to you, and you're on like a collaborative or relating level. It's not Mommy's teaching me and I need to listen and obey. Okay, not during this time. And then there's other ways too that we can play with our kids that doesn't have to be one-on-one, of course. It can be as many people as possible, as makes sense in your household. She talked about having active games where laughter really plays a part in the game, and that it invites laughter, whether it's pillow fights or hide and seek or just exaggeration. They touch you and you fall on the floor. Whatever the exaggeration is, whatever it is to really evoke that belly laugh from your child, and maybe from you too, right? Laughter is actually a really great stress reliever for children, for anyone, but for children of this age, it's really, really important. So if you look at it that way, you can have your ulterior motives and you can be checking boxes that they have no visibility to. And if that's if that's what it takes for you, and believe me, that's what it took for me when my kids were this age. Like, okay, this is good for them, this is good for them, I'm doing this for them. And then showing up in the way that is good for them. And then, of course, reading doesn't qualify as a game, but that is wonderful connection time. If you can read to your child when they're this age, every day is not too often. Multiple times a day is not too often. But whatever it is that you can do, if it's one story before bedtime, that's beautiful. Cuddle, snuggle time, and believe me, you will miss that when they can read for themselves and when they're not asking you to, and when they outgrow that, you will miss that. So, okay, that's that first tip. Play with your child.